Olympian, Aaron Brooks.
Aaron, it seemed like, a really emotional ending to it. You were able to crack the code in David Taylor. One, how were you able to do that? And then two, what was said in the middle of the mat?
First, I'll start with what was said. I told him I love him. He's one of the first guys to make this program what it is. Him and a couple guys, Quentin Wright. So it's been a blessing being around him, watching what he does, and he definitely changed, made history in wrestling. But for me, faith in the Lord, He gives me wisdom, knowledge that surpasses all. Some things that I wouldn't figure out myself, He showed me in wrestling. So praise to Him.
Aaron, at the beginning of the season, you talked to us about your goals to be an NCAA champion, to be an Olympian. It seems like you're checking off that goal list. What's kept you focused this whole time?
Just not thinking about it. Just I wrestle right now, so trying to get better. This is where I'm at. So praise the Lord.
Talk about doing this at Penn State, the Bryce Ford Center.
That's it's a blessing. Being able to sleep in my own bed, all these things. I think just taking in even more. My family's close, so it's just really cool. It's been a blessing.
Did you go head to head at all with Taylor in training leading up to this?
No, we didn't. I think just out of respect, right? We kind of both knew we had a chance at meeting. So, but yeah, like I said, iron sharpens iron. Seeing him in the room, him seeing me, I think, iron sharpens iron. So.
It's fresh, but you're going to Paris. Just initial thoughts.
I saw some TikToks about Paris. They said it's not what it is, but we'll see. Some reviews.
Tactically, what was different from the last time that you were able to get it done?
I think just wrestling. I remember after we wrestled at Final X, I was like, I don't have to underhook him to beat him. I think I got kind of caught up in that. I got to underhook him because that's how he lost before, right? So I'm like, all right, well, let me use my underhook. But God blessed me with a lot of skills, so just mixing those in there. I got to underhook sometimes, but it wasn't like, I think last year our second match, I was like, man, I just got wrestled. It was a lot closer. So just wrestling. Not focusing on one thing, using it all.
Micah Parsons was here. What's your relationship with him?
That's my brother, man. He I think I was 10 years old, but he came up and stayed at my house for a camp, and then we went to VAC, and he spent the night with my family and stuff for that weekend. So he's a cool dude, man. He's a beast too.
You wrestled against him growing up?
Never, but he was just wrestling in the back room. He never stops.
Aaron, Jaden Cox retired at this tournament, and I remember being at NCAAs. You guys had a heart-to-heart as well.
Yeah.
What's kind of the role model that he has presented, and that conversation at NCAAs that you guys had?
He told me before this match, he was like, hey, you're riding off in the sun. Like, you're doing it for me. So, he retired. Jaden was a big help for me at the OTC. And he knows that, man. Every time I see Jaden, it's all love. He's a brother to me. And having him here and seeing him, helped me a lot. Even just seeing my brothers doing it with me, suffering with me, we're cutting weight, But Jaden, man, God bless him.
You go through the challenge tournament to get here. How did that impact how you approached the final? Were there any advantages to having to go through that competition?
I think there's advantages to both sides, right? Sitting out and then wrestling. I think I had an advantage wrestling because I blew my lungs yesterday. I got good matches in, and then first match today, I had already made weight and wrestled yesterday, so I was kind of more used to it. So I think I knew second match he was going to come out a lot more harder. He got that first lung blow, so but then you're sitting out, and your body's rested up. So it's pros and cons of both. I wouldn't pick one. Just wherever you're at, use what you got. So.
Okay, guys, we're going to move down the mix zone a little bit so some of these people can get in. If you could slide over there to those people there, Aaron.